in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. Every whisper of every waking up, I'm choosing my confession.
Wow, wow, wow. Is it officially over? I think it is. I think the Leao crash out is proof that the season is done. They tried to hang on as much as they could. I don't think anybody really believed in it, except for the not very smart people out there, and there's plenty of them. My God, this season we saw so many people that were hanging on to. I don't know what the fuck they were hanging on to, but I think this is it. This was the breaking point. Usually we've seen this in the past years much earlier. What we saw today is usually what we've been seeing in January when the team knows, okay, it's done, right? And we saw that for a few years in a row where the team reaches a certain point where they know that they're not in contention anymore, and then they crash out, and then it's over, it's done. And then everything goes downhill from there. I think today was that moment, and the Leao crash out really says that. Leao crashed out not because he had a poor game, not because Pulisic didn't pass him the ball. Leao crashed out because he knows that this was it. This was the opportunity to take on Inter after Inter had failed to win their last game. And this was it. If you don't win this game, if you win this game, then you put pressure on Inter, and all of a sudden you're back in. But having lost this game, the pressure is on us now because Napoli is behind us. Napoli is 1 point behind us, and we're going to be playing Napoli soon in their stadium. Guys, my opinion, Napoli is going to rightfully so take the second spot because Napoli is a better built team, and we're going to see that. Napoli is going to take the second spot, and Milan is going to probably finish third or fourth, but Milan ain't going to finish second for sure. This whole thing about these unbeaten games, it was just a mirage. It was just Magnan who used up all his mojo in this season, in the beginning of the season. We saw it right now. Those miracle saves aren't happening anymore. Those miracle saves don't last forever. That kind of form that Magnan was on in the beginning of the season is a kind of form that will not last forever. It was there in that moment when the team was still fresh, but now the team has been fighting for 6 months, and things are getting the legs are getting more and more tired. The pressure is getting harder. The fans are on their back, and this is what happens. It's normal. It's natural. It's the way football always goes, no matter what. And that's why it's important to build a strong team in the summer. That's why it's important to have all your resources in the summer. That's why it's important to have a strong club, a strong management, a strong everything, because this is how you solve those issues. This is how you mitigate all the traps and the obstacles of the season as they come along. But this one here, man, I saw this one coming a lot. Yeah. So these games that are going to be happening now, we have I think Torino next. Torino is going to be a tough cookie, and then Napoli. Napoli at that game there is going to be the final nail in the coffin, in my opinion. Napoli is going to most likely beat us, guys. Let's just be honest about it. Most likely they're going to beat us at the San Paolo, simply because Napoli right now is recovering their resources, and Napoli just plays harder. They're going to attack, and we're going to fall back, and we're going to invite them in our own box. And when you invite people of the caliber of the Napoli players in your own box, what do you think is going to happen? Exactly. That is whatever you think is going to happen is going to happen. So that's going to be the final crash out. And all the geniuses on Twitter are going to come up with excuses on why, they were so sure that Milan was going to win the Scudetto this year. But their dreams are going to really come crashing down against the Napoli game. I think then if Milan wins the Napoli game or the tie the Napoli game, then okay, great, I was wrong. But I mean, let's be objective here. There's no agendas. This is just objectivity. People think I have agendas because I'm not just glazing everything Milan does. This has got nothing to do with agendas. This has got to do with intelligent, objective analysis. Are you capable of doing it? Am I capable of doing it? Who is capable of doing it? People just glaze. That's why right now, like the English YouTube, social media, it's just glazers. They're all fucking glazing and glazing and glazing and glazing and glazing, and that's boring. Why is that fun? Why is like I don't like glazing. I like being objective, and being objective. I mean, you say objectivity equals negativity. So basically, you just want me to be an optimist no matter what. But I'm not like that. I prefer to have my feet grounded in reality and analyze things based on reality. Whether I'm negative or positive won't change anything. You see, if I'm negative or if I'm positive, it won't change the outcome of what Milan does. It won't change the outcome of how Furlani and Jerry operate. The way they operate regardless of what I think or what I say. So it really does not matter. It really does not matter whether I'm negative or positive, whether the YouTube brigade, North American brigade glazes everything Milan does and whatnot. It doesn't matter. For me, what is more fun for me is objective analysis, being rooted to the ground. That's fun for me. That's fun. And you would say that I'm negative. Am I negative? I don't think so. I mean, maybe I was, what I got wrong this season? I thought Milan was going to finish the season not in the top four, but now I think they are. It's not over yet, but I do think they are going to finish in the top four. But the only thing that I just did not calculate in my prediction was the form of Magnan. Magnan's form in the first half of the season was absolutely phenomenal. The saves he made, it made us look like we were contending for the Scudetto, but you cannot rely on a goalkeeper for the entirety of the season. You have to have a system that allows you to play and win games. And another thing about the defense. Yeah, I see a lot of people, all of a sudden, Milan has the best defense in Europe. But at the same time, Milan is also the last team in all 5 European competitions that presses the ball the most. So it's the team that presses the ball the least out of every single team, right? Meaning that the last team in England presses the ball more than Milan. The last team in Germany, in France, in Spain, they press the ball more than Milan. Milan having such a low goals conceded rate is not an impressive feature when your plan is to put 11 players in the box and then stop playing football. That is not impressive. And I saw that a few days ago, people were glazing this. Oh my God, Milan, Milan, the team in all of Europe with the least amount of goals. Well, of course. What do you expect if you're going to play football this way? I would say what is more impressive is Como, which I make fun of a lot because I'm not a big fan of Fabregas. But Como is a team that has just as many goals conceded, oh, just maybe one more goal conceded than Milan, but they play football. They actually play football. They actually take you on. They play football, they take risks, and yet they're not conceding many goals. Roma is another team. They play football. Arsenal too. I don't know. I don't watch Arsenal. I'm not going to comment on the EPL teams. But the way Milan plays is just, come on, guys. Are we really saying, wow, good job for not conceding any goals? Yeah, of course. I can put fucking 2 double-decker buses in front of goal and not to concede any goals. It's not a stat that we should be looking at. Honestly, the truth is that Allegri is a great coach when it comes to man management, when it comes to understanding the players he has. Today he did make it one big mistake, though, which was very obvious. I'll talk about it in a second. And also I'll invite people in a bit. But his style of football is bullshit. Like, come on. How can you win playing this way? Like, do you think that we're going to do anything in Europe next year playing like this? What are we even looking forward to? Are we looking forward to this kind of football next year in Europe? We saw how the European teams play. And they beat teams that in Italy play much more offensive than Milan. So imagine how bad we're going to look in Europe next year. Allegri is not it. I don't understand this fascination with Allegri. I don't get it. I don't know. Look. He won that. The only reason why he won those Scudettis that he won with Juve is because at that period in time, Inter was rebuilding. Milan was rebuilding. Napoli and Roma just did not have the resources that Juve had. It was Napoli and Roma trying to stop Juventus, essentially. Juve just had double the amount of resources of their competitors, and that's why he won the league. It's not because he did anything special. Allegri is a terrorist. Allegri is a fucking terrorist when it comes to football. And I don't know. People will never get it. Whatever. Anyway, let me invite people from the chat, and also I'll invite people from whoever wants to join. Send the link in the group. My dad is depressed. I'm trolling. I just remember this channel getting called out for glazing as much as others. Well, I think when Maldini was around, I was super positive because what Maldini's work was absolutely phenomenal. And he got awarded for his work. I wasn't glazing for the sake of glazing. I was just ecstatic because Maldini was doing a phenomenal job with the team. I couldn't believe how good of a job he was doing. And I was really, really optimistic for the future. So I wouldn't call that glazing. I was being objective. I was being objective then, and I'm being objective now. Yeah, Maldini was a phenomenal what the work he was doing. The way he built that team and the way he achieved objective after objective. And if only we had a serious ownership with Maldini, my God, man. We would be right now, we would be one of the best teams in Europe right now. We would be the Milan of old. If Maldini would have stayed and we would have allowed him to work the way he needed to work, we would be amongst the Real Madrids, the Man Cities, and Barcelona and Bayern Munich. We'd be competing with those guys. Because it's not really about just money. It's about how you build a team, the human connection, and all of this and all of that. So yeah, I wasn't glazing. I was being objective back then too, but yeah, now we don't have that. What's up, Fadinho? How you doing? Also, back then when having Italian players was the norm. Yeah, and we had like Milanismo, that Milan spirit, that Milan spirit was one of the key factors. That Milan spirit that has carried this club throughout for more than a century. That Milan spirit is what allowed Milan to achieve its legacy. And Maldini was the perfect person to know how to express and transmit that spirit to the players. And also just the person that he is, the aura that he delivers, the respect that he gets. I mean, you guys saw it when he did that interview with Micah and Terry Henry and Carragher. Those guys were fucking drooling like little girls seeing Elvis Presley. Like that's the kind of man he is. Like he's literally Maldini is literally 1 in 8 billion people, and we had him. He knew everything. He was there for the most important moment of Milan's life, the Berlusconi era, from day one till his last Berlusconi's last day. Maldini had all the information, all the experience to know how to build a top level squad. And not only that, he knew how to do it. Not only he had that information, but he knew how to express it and transmit it. Maldini was a captain amongst captains. We had the greatest asset, speaking in algorithmic Moneyball terms, that we could have ever had in Maldini, and they fucking fired him like a dog. What do you expect is going to happen after that? Do you think all of a sudden we're going to become Real Madrid? No, if you do something so stupid, obviously the castle is just going to crumble like dry sand in the desert. So, yeah, so this is not a matter of being negative, it's being objective. We are run by a circus, by clowns that have no idea what Milan is. They don't care what Milan is. That's the problem. They don't care. For them, this is a money business project built on this economic scheme, and that's their sport. Their sport is this economic project that they want to bring forward. It's got nothing to do with Milan's history. It's got nothing to do with eliteness. It's got nothing to do with sports. It's all about making money and making a profit. That's it. You don't need to win the Champions League to make a profit. All you got to do is just make sure that you finish in certain spots, and then you can sell players in and out. This is what Jerry said. Jerry said, the only reason why I'm going into football is because of the market, the European market, cash flow, cash cow, the flow of cash. You can sell, you can do loans, and it's easy. It's not like player trading in America. Player trading in America is different. But here in Europe, you can just sell. You can sell. You need money, you sell a player, and then you can rebuild. There's no intention of building a foundation, of building a family of players that are all united towards one objective. And Maldini was amazing at that. That is what he was doing. But this project with Jerry and Furlani is the complete opposite. It's just about making sure that the money is good, and there's no intention to build a unit. There's none of that. It's just Moneyball galore. And now, I recently started someone we all know who takes swipes and attacks people next, saying that our CEO is a problem of this club. CEO? Furlani? Well, Furlani has been always a problem. When a team has identity, players are willing to run through walls for the coach and the fans. These players are just here to use the club as a stepping stone, hence. And yes, and that's what the club has become. Because of how this club is being run, because of this cap with salaries, because there is no identity, exactly, Lab Gorilla, this team is just like a perfect team for a player to go to and then graduate into a bigger team, right? Milan is not a destination anymore. Milan is a passing, a place that you pass by. It's not a place that you go and settle anymore. It's just one of the pit stops during your journey. And that's how the club is being run. 100%. All right, let me send the. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oomba, motherfuckers, oomba. You know what? Fuck it. Just join from here, guys. Just join from here. Just join from the chat if you want to join. Okay, Redbird, let's go. The best, the one and only, the one and only. So, I'm happy for Maldini. I'm happy for Maldini. Maldini is. I think he's. I think we should have kept him. I think Maldini was a resource that we could have kept. He's had a decent stint recently, scoring a few goals here and there. What happened with Lucas? Doesn't he owe you 1K? Oh, yeah. Guys, I'm done doing bets on the internet. So I did a bet with Lucas, and he owes me 1K. He'll never pay me. And then I did another bet with a guy recently on an arm wrestling bet, because I watch arm wrestling. Arm wrestling is my favorite sport right now. And I won that bet, and the guy has disappeared. Like, if I was going to lose, I was ready to pay him. Like, do people not have any integrity? Look, I knew, okay, if I lose, I'll pay him, whatever. I took the risk. I won the bet. The guy has disappeared from the face of the earth. What happened to our youth team? The youth team is gone, bruv. The youth team. The youth team. The youth team has lost its meaning. The futuro is in Serie D. We don't know any player. There's no talk of any players coming through. You see, during the Maldini era, we had so many players that were coming through that were going to be superstars. We lost a bunch of them. Others got lost. Now there's no talk of anybody. The one player that seems to be doing good is Comotto, but Milan is looking for players all over the world except to bring in Comotto. You know what? Fuck Milan. Fuck you, Milan. Not fuck you, Milan. Fuck you, Ibra. Fuck you, Jerry. Fuck you, Furlani. Fuck you, management. Fuck you guys. You guys had one job to do, and it was to respect Milan's legacy, and you fucked it up just to make a buck. Fuck you. Seriously, from the deep of my heart. Is Italy going to the World Cup? So yeah, there's this possibility of Italy going to the World Cup through Iran not going. So Iran, I think, is going to rescind their invitation due to the current war that is happening. And there are talks that the next team higher up in the rankings is going to take their spot, and that team happens to be Italy. So there is a possibility that Italy goes through that way, or we go through the playoffs. The playoffs are going to be tough. I think we have to play Bosnia first, or Northern Ireland first, and then it's either Bosnia or or Wales. You never know with Italy. You just never know. Okay, so let me read this one. We'll bring in Abdi. Roy, we all sound like a broken record, and still same fans are very slow to understand the truth. Mamma mia, Milan has become a stepping stone for players, a transit, not a destination. Shameful, 100%. 100%. Heard Iran is backing off and leaves the spot. Yeah, where's Red John? Hiding. They're both hiding. Well, fuck is our coach not using Bartasar, your only Italian player? Who are we selling this summer? Leao and Pulisic? I think both of them. I think Pulisic wants to leave. He has no intention to stay in Milan. I think Pulisic wants to go back to the Premier League. And Leao, why is he? Why would Leao do another season with Allegri? All right, guys. So this is one of the smartest people in the history of punditry. He gets everything always 100% correct. I've never heard him speak a blemish ever. I present to you the one and only Abdoulaye.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good, bro. How about yourself?
Not too bad, man. I'm a bit pissed at today's result. Yeah, but
all right, tell us why. Tell us what you saw. Tell us why.
Is a bittersweet game. What I'll say about the game is it's bittersweet. Why? Because look, the first half we were a bit all over the place. Lazio, they were strong on the counter. Nuno Tavares was having a field day with Salazmakers, and they were doing really well, Lazio. But that second half and what I saw from Allegri is something I've never seen from him before, where he took off Tomori, he decided to go 4-3-3, go all guns blazing, because I felt like he knew that losing today was not an option because we could have closed the gap on Inter. So he decided today, I'm going to go more attacking. He switched to 4-3-3, and that second half, we completely shut out Lazio from the game, and we were winning every duel. We were going guns blazing. However, Allegri made one crucial mistake, and that's with Leao. He played a 4-3-3 with Leao as the number 9. And Leao got absolutely destroyed by Gila and whoever was next to him. He got shut out from the game, apart from 3 times where he made a good run and Pulisic wasn't able to find him. And I think that's what caused him and Allegri to fall out when he got substituted. But you know what it is? Today, I'm not angry, even at the loss, because today we played well. Allegri decided to gamble and go all guns blazing, which he didn't do against Como, hence why we drew, which is what he's basically done this whole season. He just wants to keep the game safe and play for a draw instead of go for the win. But today, you know what, I can give Allegri credit and say, you know what, he changed up his tactics and decided to go more attacking. And even though we didn't win, we played well. I liked what I saw from the team, but he should have not played Leao as the 9, and he should not have substituted him either. I don't know why he substituted him, but yeah, it happens. But you know what? I knew this was going to happen. We're just too inconsistent this season, and I always said that we're most likely going to finish second, only because this team I don't think we're not there yet to win the Scudetto. But again, Stupinian, he's another talking point. Horrific defending, and certain people that I know really thought this guy was going to be the replacement of Theo Hernandez.
Whoa! Say names.
You know the Balkans. Mainly those Balkans who hate on Theo Hernandez 24/7. Who have shat all over him, who wanted him out of the club, and now they get to see Estupinian.
And Kash. Let's and Kash. I'm calling you out, Kash. I'm calling you out, Mr. Kash. You're complaining about Theo. Theo doesn't put in the effort. Why? Why doesn't he put in the effort? Kash always fucking protecting the management. Where are you now, Kash? Well, today we lost the Scudetto today because of your boy Stupinian. All right,
yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 100%. I think you saw it. It was a long ball. He got absolutely bodied aside by Isaacson like a little kid. You know, like a little kid when they're playing football, you just brush them aside. He got absolutely destroyed, and as a result, they scored. And you saw as soon as Bartasagi came on, immediately he brought calm, and Isaacson was taken out of the game. He couldn't do anything against Bartasagi because he's clean on the ball. He's clean. He's aware of his surroundings, and he's good physically, and he's a sick player. But maybe because Allegri he didn't want to, because he had an injury against Cremonese, I don't think he wanted to sacrifice him and lose him potentially for the season. So he decided to put him on the bench. But in hindsight now, Estupinian, he cost us the game. But even more so, I would put it down to Pulisic. Now, Pulisic, what he did to Leao today was unforgivable. There was about 3 runs Leao made in behind the defense against Gila, where he left Gila for dead. And all Pulisic had to do was play a through pass to Leao. And he didn't do it on 3 occasions. And I think that's what caused Leao to have an outburst with Allegri. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a slightly different reason why I think he had an outburst.
I mean, Allegri, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was due to that. But I think the outburst was mostly because he knows that it's over.
I mean, Allegri, he did say he felt frustrated because he made like 3 or 4 good runs where he wasn't serviced properly. But
let me just say hi to Mr. G here. Hey, what's up, Red Devil Studio? How you doing, brother? Inter winning the title? Yeah, most likely. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, man, Leao. It was a sad performance. It was a weird performance from him. Look, on his overall game today, he was woeful. Didn't press. Was losing the ball. Was getting bodied off by Gila. He's not a number 9 at the end of the day, and I don't know why Allegri keeps pressing him to be a number 9. He's too weak physically.
He's too weak. I mean, the thing is, Allegri plays him centrally. He shouldn't be playing centrally. He should be playing. He can play as a second striker that start kind of like how Ronaldo played as a second striker, always starting from the left. Like I don't understand why Allegri doesn't do that, but putting him in the center like that,
is like even though I'll give him credit, he has been scoring this season, and he has 8 goals or 9 goals this season. If you watch his overall performances throughout the game, he is 24/7. He is getting bodied off the ball like a little child. He doesn't do well with his back to goal, like a Pio Esposito, for example. He doesn't do well.
Yeah, I don't blame Leao. I don't blame Leao.
I don't blame him.
The first people to blame is the management for not getting Allegri a proper striker.
Yeah.
And then Allegri has these shit strikers that he has to manage, Fulkrug and Gimenez, and he says, well, these guys aren't really, at least Leao is going to play like shit, but he can score a few goals. So that's why Allegri is playing Leao there. But at the same time, Allegri is putting Leao in a position that he shouldn't be playing.
Exactly.
So
he's an out left winger. I don't understand why he does it.
I would say that this year, Leao is a victim of a football hate crime.
100%. I fully agree. People can say he's lazy, but look, at the end of the day, when he's not being played in his respective position, this is going to happen. He's not physically built enough to play as a striker with his back to goal. It doesn't work. You can see he drifts to the left and he wants to take on his man. But man, yeah, overall the game is a bad loss, but I'm not too angry at Allegri today, if you understand what I mean. Like he went guns blazing and he tried to win the game, but it didn't happen tonight.
What about the other players?
I mean, Modric is Modric. Modric, that guy. Oh yeah, mamma mia, that guy. Like there was one ball where it came like from the air and he was under pressure and he just took the most delicate of touches and he kept the game ticking. Modric. You know what you get with Modric.
Are you saying he makes love to the ball?
Say him?
Are you saying he makes love to the ball?
Oof. He's beautiful to watch, man. Modric. That he's an old timer. I can say Jashari tonight, the first half, woeful. He was not good in the first half. But maybe that's because he's a bit rusty because he doesn't get consistent minutes. The second half, I can say he did much better. He grew into the game. He was recovering the balls well. He even played a nice volley through pass to Pulisic. Jashari, it was like game of two halves for him. Fofana, Fofana. I don't even have to say anything with you. That guy is when he gets into the final third, when it matters, his brain collapses. So there's not much to say.
It is strange because Fofana is like maybe he's got two bricks instead of feet, and they're both left-footed, bricks. But at the same time, he's really good with the through ball assists, which is weird.
Yeah, that's the only good attribute I can say that Fofana has. His through passes are good, but when he gets into the final third, and Lazio play a low block, and it's time for him to make an incisive pass where it requires high IQ, where you see into midfield, they will open up the other defense easy with quick passes or a nice through pass from Sucic or whoever. He doesn't have that in his locker. His brain totally leaves the window, and you can see we miss Rabiot in this midfield tonight again.
Yeah. The thing about you can't put Jashari there and then expect the same kind of aggressiveness that you get there with Rabiot. It's just
he's like Jashari. He drops deep. He plays more as a number 6 in Modric's position, so it's a bit foreign to him. Just like Ricci, he doesn't like that box to box position.
But Ricci is also he's not a box to box player. But Ricci has a little bit more qualities to do that. I don't understand why he doesn't put Ricci there.
That's why I've been this whole season. Ricci should be playing over Fofana. He should have been given the minutes. And what Allegri seems to do with him, 1 week he will play him, he will sub him off early. Then the next week he will not play him. He would rather play Fofana and Loftus-Cheek ahead of Ricci. So he's like third in the pecking order for Allegri. That's another problem that Allegri has. He seems to love these physically big midfielders that don't have brains.
Yeah. A weird decision to play Jashari there. Weird decision. And, and that's where Lazio scored, on that side of the pitch. Jashari was caught all the way up the field in no man's land, and he left Estupiñán alone. Estupiñán got bullied like a little child.
Yeah, I think that goal goes. That goal, if Bartasaghi is there, he clears that ball easily. He shoulder barges. Isaksen takes the ball away from him or closes him down and doesn't let him go through. So that's all on Estupiñán really. But
and then also, let's be honest, like the goal. The goal wasn't a great shot from Isaacson. The ball went through Mañan's fingers. Mañan is his miracle saves are expired. He wasted all his miracle saves for the first half of the season, and now they're all expired. And like this, if this was 3 months ago, that would have been a save.
100%. It's like you can't blame Mike really. Mike Mañan this whole season he's been fantastic. So it's like I cannot blame. The thing no one can blame Mañan for that. It is clear as day. If Estupiñán gets beat, he gets pushed off the ball like a little kid, and he leaves Mike Mañan 1-on-1. So that goal right there is all Estupiñán. And even the whole game he was getting spun around by Isaksen. So it was like,
all right, Fahadinho here says, so let me read a few comments. Fahadinho says, Isaacson exposed Estupiñán and Pavlovic due to the absence of Rabiot. Facts. If Lazio had a quality striker, the first half could have ended 4-0. By the way, I did see Maldini and De Winter. Maldini was winning some battles there. That's good to watch. But anyway, let's keep on going. Speaking of tactics, Mr. Fahadinho says, we saw the difference between Allegri ball versus Sarri ball. Like what I've said beginning of the season, Milan should have chosen Sarri over Allegri. It's impossible under Tare.
100%.
Well, listen, I would have chosen Sarri over Allegri too. But for me, this has got nothing to do with the current state of Milan. I've always hated Allegri, even before Furlani was born. I hated Allegri. No, I don't hate him as a person. I actually really like Allegri as a person. I think he's super entertaining to listen to and to watch. He's one of the most entertaining coaches to listen to and to watch. But his football is the last thing I want to see. He makes me not like football. He makes me not like football.
I swear to God, you're so right. That derby we won against Inter, I was not, at the end of the game, I was not even celebrating like that. He drained the life out of that entire game to where I couldn't even enjoy the win. It just felt empty.
Yeah, it's awful. It's just anti-football. Lab Gorilla says, Jashari spends 90% of the time making 5-foot passes to his nearest player. Yeah, and that's a number 6. So that's what they do. He played with such fear. It really made no sense to play him as a Rabiot sub. He went backwards and passes short. Yeah, for me, that was a weird decision. Like, play Richie there. Okay, we know Richie's not a box-to-box player, but Richie, one thing that you notice, if you notice, and I've noticed this quite a lot, every time Richie starts or plays a full game or starts from the beginning, when we get to around the 60th and 70th minute and the stats show players that cover the most distance, Richie is either number 1 or number 2 from both teams. That alone says that he's more suited for that position. The guy just covers more space. He runs up and down. Is it a position that suits him perfectly? No. But Jashari, absolutely not. It's like you have a number 6 on the left, you have a number 6 in the middle, and then you have Fofana with 2 brick feet. What are you gonna do?
It's a clear imbalance, so it's like,
yeah, it's imbalanced. Still, Allegri is fine, but only if he has the players he needs. Well, I don't even like that Allegri, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't even like that Allegri. You can give him the best players in the world. I don't like him. I couldn't stand him with Milan when we won the Scudetto. I couldn't stand him.
Yeah. I understand what you mean now. Like another season of Allegri, I think I might just stop watching it. It's not. I don't think it's mentally possible to watch another season, especially since we're going to be going into the Champions League. He doesn't adapt. Allegri, now look, he played well today, but next week, I guarantee you, anything against Torino, he will revert back to his same nonsense tactics, 3-5-2, be compact, no fast counters, and just low block. And nick a 1-0, nick a goal somehow, create out of nothing, and sit back the entire game.
Yeah, and he has a big problem too. He has a Leao and a Pulisic that are completely out of form. Yep. And he has 2 strikers that haven't done anything the whole season. He's in big trouble. Now, listen, you say Milan is going to finish second. I think Napoli is going to overtake them.
Nah. Yeah, I don't think it really matters at this point. Look, if we make the Champions League, we make the Champions League. That's the famous statement that Allegri's been repeating for the past flipping since September. Top 4. So it's like, I think top 4 is nailed on.
Look, let's be very, very precise here. Top 4 is only 7 points away. I mean, like, 5th is 7 points below us, which is not that much, right? But Napoli is 1 point behind us, and we're playing them soon. And I think Napoli right now just is a little bit more ferocious than Milan.
Maybe.
I don't think so, but I hope Real is buying Allegri. Please make that happen. I don't think the fans are
Oh,
going to stand. I remember the fans went crazy when Fabio Capello went to Real Madrid. Even though they won the season, like they won back-to-back seasons, they hated it. They couldn't stand it. Allegri is worse than Fabio Capello. So it's going to be fun to watch. But I do think that based on Real Madrid roster, they need a more pragmatic coach rather than
true.
an offensive coach. What kills me is he takes Rafa off when we need a goal. I get he's not informed, but for fuck's sake, did he receive one decent ball all game? What do you think about that?
He's not lying. He's totally not lying. That is 100% bang on. He made runs today where if he was given the ball, he was through one-on-one with the keeper. And if he missed, we can say Leao is at fault. 100% Allegri take him out. But when he isn't serviced, right, and there was good opportunity to put him through, and then you sub him off like that, of course Leao is going to lose his marbles and he's gonna get angry at Allegri. But then I know people on the other hand are saying Leao, he didn't press today. He couldn't keep the ball at his feet. He was just losing it and making bad passes. But that's the Leao we all know. It's nothing new to us.
But do you think you should have stayed on the pitch?
100%. You shift him to that left wing and you tell him go directly at the fullback. He can make something happen. You know Leao. You give him an inch of space and he'll take advantage.
So when they moved to a 4-3-3, who were the up top? It was who?
Yeah,
What
it was Leao as a striker, the lone striker, Pulisic on the left wing, Salamakers on the right wing, the three in the middle, and the four at the back with Salamakers as the right back.
If he wanted to go for the goal, he should have kept Leao on the left, Fulkrug in the middle, Pulisic on the right, and then have Salamakers, Ricci, Modric, and Salamakers in the middle.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted Allegri to do, but I don't. He's very stubborn. He has a sick obsession to keep Leao as a striker when he's clearly struggling. So it's like
But I don't know. Listen, I don't think Leao was angry at Allegri. I think Leao was more angry at the fact that he wasn't getting service.
Yeah.
All right, so the tables have turned so much that Milan is closer to fifth than first. How crazy is that? That's true. In fact, Lab Gorilla says Milan is now closer to fifth place than to first in points, 7 versus 8. So if you believe Milan can win the league, nobody believes me. If you believe Milan can win the league, then I have a bridge in New York made out of gold. But I'll just you give me $2 billion and it's yours for free. Dropping out of top 4 is. Now, I give it. I don't know if it will drop out of top 4. I don't know.
No. Allegri he won't let that happen.
I think it's possible, but I wouldn't. Would I bet on it? Probably not at this point. How many games do we have left? Let's see. So we have a lot of games left. So what is it? 38 games. So we have 9 games left. No. How many games? 39 games. How many games is a season? Guys, help me, guys.
38.
Yeah, 38.
Yeah.
38 games. So we are at 29 right now. So that means we have, 9 games left. I don't know. I wouldn't bet on Milan finishing outside of top 4, but I think it is possible.
It is possible, but we know Allegri. He will keep getting these 1-0 wins, 2-1. He will make sure he will do everything in his ability to get that top 4, no matter how shameless his tactics get.
Yeah, so the next game 30, is going to be against Torino at the San Siro. Torino come off a pretty good win, I think. Yeah, 4-1 against Parma.
Score. Yeah.
Yeah, Zapata scored. And at that same time, Cagliari is playing Napoli, and Inter is playing Fiorentina. Roma is playing Lecce. Como is playing Pisa. Juventus is playing Sassuolo. Yeah, I think a 30 game next game day is pretty balanced for everybody. There's
Yeah.
no outstanding matches. Game 31, we have what's game 31? We have Inter Roma, which is a big one, and Napoli Milan.
Oh my.
Listen. I'm maybe I don't know. I have a feeling that it is very possible that that's
Mm.
when Milan loses its second place. Abbe Maradona.
Oh. Um, the Napoli game. It will be really. You know what it is? If we know Allegri, if we know him, he will do the same as he did against Roma at the Olimpico. 1-1. Sit back, hold your butt cheeks together, and don't let them get a sniff. And if you can nick a goal. So
Yeah,
I
I mean
personally, I
that's how
think
they're
it
going
will
to
be
play.
0-0.
That's how they're going to play for sure.
Yeah, you saw against Roma, they
Yeah,
totally annihilated us the whole game
it's going
and
to be like that.
somehow won.
But I don't know if you still need miracle saves. You need miracle moments. I don't know if that's going to happen.
True.
Anyway, we'll see. We have Torino first. Okay, so let's see. Nkunku is for sure not what we need, but as soon as he came on, he made an impact, and Rafa wasn't able to at all the whole game. So I don't know if he didn't get the right balls. What do you think about that?
No,
How do you compare Nkunku's
I'm,
performance?
I'm sorry, but Leao today, if those through passes go to him, he's 1-on-1 through own goal, and more than likely he will score. And the game would have been on. In Kunku, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything of significance when he came on. So to say that Leao did nothing all game is just not true. Today, Leao, he was let down by his teammates and by the manager. So the only thing I can blame him for is his work rate. His work rate is shambolic, but we know Leao.
All right. Faradinho says, my only problem with Allegri is his tactics and game plan. He does bring calmness and controls the dressing room. His technical staff did well. TK staff, technical, I think, did well with the
Yeah.
squad. But without the players, he won't retry. I mean, listen, that goes for any coach, right?
Yeah.
You give any coach great players, and they in theory they should deliver. Yeah, I would stay away from Allegri. I would stay away from him, but it's a matter of opinions. Napoli and Como aren't going to stop chasing hard, and Juve, the bastards, are now under Spalletti. Yeah, Napoli. I don't
Yeah.
think Napoli's. Conte is just a fucking relentless. He's a
Yep.
relentless motherfucker. So,
Yep.
and Rondo boy Como, they beat Roma today, huh?
Yeah, man. Look, Como, they have now that's a team that I like. They have a philosophy in mind. Even Juventus, the way they play football, it's good football that you can build on that will get you somewhere. Allegri's football will not get you anywhere, but keep you in top four, fake competing for the title, and just boring to watch. Como, we have to give them credit and say, you know what, their philosophy and their idea of football is brilliant, and their defensive record is deserved. As you were saying prior, they confiscate the ball from the other team and they keep the ball going and they create chance after chance after chance.
I think that's more impressive than
Yeah.
just putting 11.
Then what we
players
do,
in the box.
our defense is not good in the slightest. Look, Tomori as an individual, shaky, not good anymore. His time is done. Pavlovic as an individual, he's getting better. Pavlovic getting more level-headed, but he still has those bozo moments. De Winter, still young, developing, doing well. Gabbia is the only one we can say as an individual
as an individual defender is good and at a high level. The rest of our defense individually are totally non-existent. It's just we sit back with 11 men behind the ball, compact, don't let them get through. So it's not impressive, our defensive record. I don't buy into that.
Yeah, and listen, Como is proof that you don't need to play this crazy defensive football to not concede goals.
100%. Even Roma.
Yeah, and Roma too. Roma. So we've conceded 21 goals. Como has conceded 22. Roma 23. All right. So Fahadinho says, I don't need to talk about the ownership and the management. I believe I've said enough since the past 3 years. If some fans still support this management, then they certainly need a shrink. And we're still making excuses for Lao's work rate, which has been gone since the last title. His work rate has always been bad. It's just never been there. But the thing is, like, if you just plant Leao on the left side and give him the least amount of instructions possible and just tell him, get the ball, run forward, and then create, that's all you need to get. You have to, the least information you give Leao, the better he's going to do. Just let him do what he's good at. And what he's good at is collecting the ball on the left, attacking the player, creating chaos, creating numerical superiority, crossing the ball in, or going in for goal. But that center forward position is a very high IQ position. You have to be thinking all the time. You have to be, your awareness has to be off the charts. It's a very difficult position to play. Maybe the most difficult position to play on the pitch, because it's a position that you don't receive many balls, and when you do receive those balls, you don't have margins of error. On the left, you have a lot of space. Just use your qualities, your running qualities, and I think Leao works. But yeah, his work.
Look at the difference. Right? Look at the difference between Leao's physique and Pio Esposito. Just look at the difference in their physique, and you see exactly what a striker needs.
Right. Yeah. Pio Esposito is a great example of a center forward that protects the ball with his body.
That guy's
allows
a brick.
The team to come forward. It's just not in Leao's characteristics. Leao is a winger. You have to play him as a winger or as a second striker that starts from the wing.
And it's because mainly
he cannot play back to goal. You never play Leao back to goal.
Exactly. He just gets bullied. They just push him off the ball, and he's falling all over the place. He doesn't have it, man.
My Interista friend told me last night that apparently Inter are trying to sign Nico Paz. Is this true?
They don't have the funds for that.
Nico Paz, from what I've been reading, is eager to play for Real Madrid.
Even I'm pretty sure Fabrizio Romano reported, like, at the start of the seasons, Tottenham Hotspurs, they offered 70 million plus bonuses for Nico Paz, and they rejected the offer. I don't think Inter can work up 70 million.
Yeah, and I don't know if, and I just think, and again, from what I've read, Nico Paz, he's a Real Madrid player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And I mean, fuck. Anybody would want to play for Real Madrid over any team, right? By the way, did you see Arda Güler's goal?
Oh, the one from the halfway line.
Yeah.
Like beyond the... Oh, my God, what a goal.
What a goal.
What a goal. That's Puskas way right there.
Yeah. Oh, and listen, by the way, I've been watching some Endrick highlights. You know the Brazilian Endrick?
Yeah, striker.
He might be better than Yamin Lamar.
No, the same position, Roy, man. Come on. Lamine Yamal is once in a lifetime, man.
Okay, but from what I've seen in his highlights, he starts on the right and then he cuts in. I don't know, man. He might be better.
Right. Like I watch Lamine Yamal like week in, week out. That guy he's a freak he's literally Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo like molded into one. That guy's temperament and IQ is different level, man. Like, it's an 89th minute, and he is literally dribbling past 4 or 5 of the Atletico Madrid players. back to back, back to back, back to back, and they're just dragging on him, holding on to him for dear life. No, Lamine Yamal is like, nah. He is a result of good coaching. Like, he's a good player, man. That guy.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. You mean some else talent.
Mm.
Oh, and he also told me that Inter were also trying to sign Goulet. I mean, yeah, I don't think Inter's going to be able to sign either Goulet or Paz. No, I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. But it's just not because they can't. I think they could. And I think they can find ways to sign them. I think they can find ways, there's always ways. It's just that both of these players are like, Inter? Bro, we're playing for Real Madrid. Why the fuck would I want to go to Inter?
Yeah, exactly. Like, the best club in the world. Like, why? Unless you're not getting playing time, why would you go to Inter or any club?
I think with what Nico Paz has been doing this season, I mean, he's pretty much the main player at a team that was a fucking Serie D team a few years ago, and now they're about to be a Champions League team. So
that's crazy. That's really flipping heck.
That's insane. Like, this team was literally playing in front of like 2,000 people a few years ago.
Yeah, but you know what it is? If Nico Pass leaves, I think Como will struggle hard. If Nico Pass leaves.
Yeah, that's the other thing about Como. Is like, if they want to continue this run, they can be a team that starts selling all their best players. So.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Madrid also has Mastantuono. What's that guy's name? They do have a bunch of players that could come in and go out.
That right wing. Yeah, they do, but it's like Madrid they're tight with their outgoings.
Yeah, maybe Paz could. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see in the summer. Speaking of Real Madrid, Federico Valverde has absolutely been impressing me so far. What a bad week it's been for the EPL, Mr. Abdi. Mamma mia. Mamma mia.
Yeah, man. Well. Let's not forget, it is the first leg, and I can tell you for free the teams that will go out is self-explanatory. Chelsea, they can cause PSG problems in the second leg at Stamford Bridge, but I don't think PSG will allow them. Tottenham, they're getting relegated from Premier League. They're not doing anything against Atletico. Manchester City, hot take. I still believe Manchester City will win that tie. I believe Donnarumma, right, when it's crunch time, and they are relentlessly attacking Madrid, and Madrid find counter-attacks, I think Donnarumma is going to be crucial for City, because you know what Donnarumma is like in the big moments. So it's
but Donnarumma ain't scoring goals, though. They got to score 4 goals. They got to score 4 more goals than Real Madrid to go through. So if Real Madrid scores 1 goal, they have to score 5 goals to go through.
I just genuinely think like Man City will suffocate Madrid, but it's going to be difficult. But hot take, I still think City will go through. I'm going to stick Manek out here. I still think they go through.
That's crazy.
Because when you look at Madrid, boy, their midfield, they got dominated by Benfica at the Santiago Bernabeu. I watched with my eyes them getting dictated in the midfield by Benfica, by Jose Mourinho, nonetheless. That's when I was like, this Madrid team, they're rubbish, but it's like, I don't know, they had a freak result.
I don't know. They didn't look like rubbish to me against Man City. Listen, Real Madrid has this ability to switch it on in the right moment of the season, right?
I know.
They have that in their DNA. When the club is run the way it's supposed to be run, the DNA gets activated. That's why Milan's DNA is not being activated, because the club is not being run the way it's supposed to be run. But Real Madrid is being run. Real is being run. So right now is for them to activate their DNA. Listen, I find it very difficult for that to happen. I think Real Madrid is going to go through, and maybe Man City is going to score a few goals, but they have to score 4 goals or go to penalties.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall toss, but I'd say that's the game of the week. I think Man City, they're not, because they've already lost the Premier League, So they have nothing big to play for bar the Champions League. So they're gonna have to suffocate Madrid, and I just think they're our overall
All
best
right.
team.
So what about the remaining teams?
The remaining teams, as I said, I think Chelsea will go out. I think Tottenham will go out. Newcastle are definitely going out. I think
You think
they
so?
played well. Yeah, they played relatively well at St James's Park, but they just weren't clinical enough. And Barcelona at the Camp Nou, they scored 3 past simply. What's his name? Atletico Madrid. So it's curtains for Newcastle, I believe. And I'm pretty sure Tonali's injured, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like that's another asset that's out of the game. So I think Newcastle are going out as well. And what Liverpool? Liverpool, yeah, at home against Galatasaray, they will more than likely win. 100% they will beat Galatasaray because Galatasaray, if I'm not mistaken, they have the worst away record in Champions League.
What about Arsenal?
Arsenal, yeah, they're going to go through as well. What is 1-1 against Leverkusen? They have the most favourable draw, so I say watch out for Arsenal.
Too many English teams in the fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, Arsenal, they literally play like an Italian club. Their defense is like the most shocking thing I've seen in my life. Like Mikel Arteta is almost Allegri 2.0, almost, but he's somehow winning the league.
Well, listen, guys, let's all pray together that all the EPL teams will be eliminated.
Not me, come on EPL. I hope they win it.
Let's all pray together to whatever God you pray to, that all the EPL teams, for the sake of the universe, for the sake of the universe.
This hate for the EPL is like
only love. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta close it.
All right, no problem.
But Abdi, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate
no
you.
worries.
Thank you for your words of wisdom.
No worries.
I will talk to you later.
I see.
Everybody in chat, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Roy, see you next time when Milan lose again. I still said my prediction: Milan will not reach top 4. Well, yeah. Listen, you could be right. That was my initial prediction. Right now, I'm a little bit on the fence, but let's see. It's possible. It's very possible. All right, guys. Alla prossima, Kim. All right. Peace out, everybody. See you next time.